Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to descale this Mr. Coffee 5-cup mini brew switched coffee maker with white vinegar. So is your coffee not tasting as good? Is it not as hot as it should be? You should have about 170 degree temperature coffee come out of there. And is it getting really loud and taking a long time to brew? Those are all signs that it's time to descale. So if we open up this coffee maker, we've got this heating element down there. So underneath that warming plate, this is where the heating element is. And the water comes in, it gets heated by this heating element and then shot back out over the coffee grounds. But I cut one open. Now this is why we descale. So inside here, mineral buildup can get inside here and restrict the water flow through here. So the vinegar is going to go inside here, this aluminum heating element, and clean it all up. If you have a bunch of mineral buildup, it's not going to be able to heat the water, and your water won't taste as good going through there, so your coffee is not going to taste as good. So I use distilled white vinegar. You can use just regular white vinegar. The 64 fluid ounces is $1.50 at Walmart. So before we begin, make sure this is empty back here. You're going to you have to have the brew basket in, but don't put a filter or coffee grounds, but make sure it's in. Make sure your carafe is empty and it has to have the lid on. And you're going to have to give yourself about 45 minutes, start to finish. Okay, so get your carafe. We're going to use it for measuring the white vinegar. So we're going to pour white vinegar in up to the 2-cup mark. And then from the 2 to the 5, we're going to use fresh water. That'll give us the proper ratio. So pour just straight vinegar in, there, up to the 2 mark. And then go to the sink and fill it to the 5 mark with fresh water. Okay, so now I've got it filled up with vinegar up to here and water up to here, and I'm going to pour it in the coffee maker. Now vinegar does stink a little bit when it runs through a coffee maker, so you might need a little bit of ventilation. Put your coffee pot in, and you're simply going to turn it on. This is going to take about 5 minutes to brew that vinegar and water through there. So there's 2 ways of doing this. If you keep up on your descale, you don't have to pause it. But if you haven't descaled for a long time, when this water and vinegar gets to about the 3-cup mark, turn the machine off. Let it soak. Let that vinegar and water soak in this heating element, and then turn your coffee maker back on. It'll finish brewing from the 3 to the 5, and then we're going to do our fresh water rinses. But I keep up on my descale, so I'm just going to run this through one time all the way to the 5 mark, dump this out, and do my fresh water rinses. I got to do 3 pots of fresh water rinse. Okay, so we're done running our water and vinegar through. I'm going to turn the switch off. Now there's going to be quite a bit of steam up here, so it's good to kind of let this cool off. But we're going to put some fresh water back in here. So I'm going to go dump out the vinegar and water. And you can also rinse this off with some water and soap, because this is going to have some vinegar and water on it also. Make sure we put it back. I've got my fresh water now. Fill this up, and then you're just going to put water back here. This is called the fresh water rinse. You're going to have to do 3 of these. 3 5-pot cups of fresh water. Put your carafe back in. Turn it back on. And what that's doing now is that's just brewing that fresh water through that heating element to kind of clean it. We want to get all that vinegar smell and taste from the coffee maker. I like to do that 3 times. So you should keep up on descaling. If you use this coffee maker quite a bit, you should descale at least every 6 months. If you've got really hard water, I would probably do it every 3 months. Thanks everybody for watching. If you could, please like and subscribe.